Day 2. I am MD. We have KitchenView producing in the background, and with me, as always, is one of my other partners in crime, Taco. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a good match tonight myself and am ready to get some good casting in. We've got a really fun, exciting matchup tonight. We got Prospect, which is one of the lower tiers, but still good skilled tier, and a lot of fun players to watch in this tier. Piranhas versus Nibble Nightz. Piranhas um, are, I believe, captained by K-Flip, who has been around a while, and he is also a caster again, so that should be fun. So Piranhas are K-Flip, Smoky, Nate, and Mouse, and should have a good match tonight.
Oh, great. So K-Flip is playing, which means we get to flame him all night, and there's nothing he can do about it. Um, Looking over at Nibble Knights, their roster, we have Excalibur, who played in Challenger in Season 23, Zach the Bull, who also played in Challenger for last season, uh, Detroeux, I'm gonna butcher that probably. Played in multiple tiers in a couple of seasons back in season 21 and 22. And GameyMcGamertag, I love that name,
That's his
who
name.
also played in Challenger in season 17. I hope to see GameyMcGamertag on the field. I do not think they are here tonight, but that is fantastic. Looking at some records from last season for these teams, Nibble Knights is actually a new tier for this franchise. So they're making their maiden debut tonight on stream, and then we have Piranhas, who were 23 and 33 last season, missed out on the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, exciting matchup. I think they were relatively close in standings at the moment.
Yeah, I believe Piranhas went 1-3, and Nibble Knights went 2-2. So both having a not ideal start, not the worst start to the season. But yeah, on the Piranha side, a lot of the players like K Flip and Nate were playing in Challenger, and they're so because of the change to the 9 tiers again and the bringing back of Contender, a lot of the people in Challenger got moved down to Prospect, so we have a bit more of a higher version of Prospect. So definitely some players that would have been in a higher tier are now able to play in this lower tier, and we should have some really good competition.
All right. So looking at the teams right now, just kind of get an early prediction on how you think this is gonna go. Me personally, I mean, I'm very familiar with at least how K-Foot plays, and I'm also very familiar with Nate. I know they are two very strong players, so I would expect that Piranhas would probably take this a little bit more closely. But considering how things went, they did start out 1-3, which isn't great, but you never know. I mean, obviously, a lot of these rosters are like new to each other, like they are almost every season, unless some just happen to maintain from previous seasons in the past.
Yeah, definitely. I think this should be a close matchup just based on the way these rosters look. I know a lot about how K Flip plays. I've played against him. I played with him, and he's definitely a good player. And back in Prospect for the first time in I don't know how long, but definitely should be an exciting matchup. I think we do not have any uh, team stats or player stats. Unfortunately, we would have, but Ball Chasing decided it is a RSC match night, and that's a good time to break, like it seemingly always does. But I think we are just about ready to go. The players are going to the pitch, and we are going to start this second match night of RSC.
Nice kickoff starting out with Nibble Knight's possession. Smoky currently has the ball. Good challenge from him. Put it off to the sidewall. Is anybody going to be able to follow it up? There's Nate. K-Flip has plenty of time. Decides to go early. Trying to look for a double tap. Unable to get it. Smoky gets a great 50. But Excalibur's going to be able to pick this ball up. Maybe looking for a pass. Excalibur and Detroeux both come together. Smoky's going to try to pass this back to K-Flip. K-Flip unable to make a touch as Zach is able to track it down. Zach gets demo for his efforts. Excalibur with a shot. Smoky is able to clear it away. Leaves it for K-Flip.
Yeah, some demos coming in from Nate too. He's known for that style of play. Has made a name for it, especially in this prospect tier. Smoky's gonna
good
flip
pop.
the ball on downfield, but unfortunately he gets in the way of K-Flip, so he's not able to get on the end of it. Zach, a good clear. Detroeux does not want to stay in the play. Smoky pops it. He's getting some really good pops. K-Flip's coming in with 0 boost. Nate's gonna fly up in the air with almost no boost. And they're gonna try and keep this going. Excalibur off the post. Can he get it middle? He passes it perfectly for Detroeux to put away the open net and start off the Nibble Nightz scoring.
That was a great pass from Excalibur. Smoky just had no idea where the ball was gonna go. Leaves it for Detroeux. Detroeux puts it in the back of the net, puts Nibble Nightz on top early.
Nibble Nightz up early indeed. A 1-0 lead just after a minute played in this game. Excalibur is going to leave it. Detroeux doesn't have boost. K-Flip does have a lot of boost. He's going to try and take an air dribble 50, which he does well enough. Zach the Bull tries to tap it along. Nate is just going to have an easy catch and clear, but that's a good challenge by Excalibur, who's being a real menace across the pitch. But look at the air dribbles and carries from Smoky. It's getting so much value, but they aren't able to find the net early enough. Excalibur, though, again in the midfield, fakes it out. Is Detroeux going to be there? No, Excalibur tries to shoot himself, but it's put harmless and wide.
Good demo from Smoky. Great challenge to get Detroeux off the ball. K-Flip trying to maintain possession, gets a 50 with Zach. Only goes as far as Excalibur. Is going to put this back into the corner, looking for a pass to the middle. Detroeux is there, but misreads the touch. K-Flip has an easy touch towards the back of the net, unable to get it by Zach. Here comes Nate. Going to go off the ceiling, but nobody's there to follow, so Excalibur gets a free push, puts it up on top of the ceiling, looking for the follow-up, looking for the bump, unable to find anybody. Smoky to Nate. Nate just needs to touch it, unable to make the read, and Piranhas escape without a goal.
Yeah, Nate just nearly got on the end of it, but unable to get the underside of his car on the ball. Smoky's going to clear it away. Zach is just going to realize he has space, he has time, and he's going to reset, but K-Flip is not letting him insta-chalice him off the wall. And Excalibur's flipping around. Smoky's going to play it. K-Flip got a little bit lost. Now he's got to be careful because they're going to get a counterattack the other way. And luckily, Zach the Bull is not able to capitalize. Detroux's going to get a good 50, though. Excalibur's going to take his time. He's going to play it off the sidewall. Looks to play it in. Nate clears away, but Zach on the follow gets not the right contact that he wanted.
Smoky was doing a little bit of a pirouette there. Still managed to figure out a way to get the ball clear. The entire Piranhas half right now, low on boost. Smoky, the only one with full boost, finally managed to clear the ball out. Looking for a shot, unable to get it by Detroux. Zach picks the ball up, leaves it for a teammate. Nate is able to get the save. K-Flip picks up the corner boost. Trying to air dribble this out to the midfield, does manage to pinch it against the wall. Needs just one more touch, puts it to the middle. Is anyone there? Nate was, but it's a great 50 coming out from Excalibur to keep that ball out.
Great 50 indeed. K-Flip is going to try and get into the action. Something for Piranhas to be careful of. They're out of the play a lot. They're searching for a boost a lot, but here could be a good pass. K-Flip misses, and Smoky puts it wide. That's going to be a chance if they end up losing this game. They're going to rue that they let it go. Uh-oh, though. A back turn in midfield, and it's just open for Smoky.
Now, how did that happen? Detroux and
boost over ball.
Boost over ball indeed. Detroux and Zach both went for the ball, completely missed. Excalibur was trying to grab the mid boost and didn't realize that Smoky had all that time on the ball, so he's able to just walk it down the field.
Well, that's a gimme for Piranhas. They're going to take it that they're still in this game after they had a missed chance that could have put them level. Anyways, Excalibur backflips over the ball. Smoky is going to get a nice touch. Can he find a teammate? K-flips in the middle, not able to find it. Nate's got to be careful. He was last back. Detroux's got an air dribble. He's going to try and find the net. He hits it off the post. Nate's going to go the other way. Is that on target? No, it's just wide.
That is incredible. K-Flip can put this in, try to pop it over one, and still manages to get it into the back of the net. Piranhas take the swing and manage to get on top.
a series of unfortunate events for Nibble Nightz, as this game was a standard game of Rocket League and now has gone into chaos almost. Piranhas have the lead with only 15 seconds left in the game. Now they just have to control the ball, see the ball, and don't leave your net open. Do not overcommit. 5 seconds on the clock. The timer's ticking down. Nate's up in the air, and so is Smoky. This one should hit the ground. Zach's going to try and keep it up. Smoky will kill it. Piranhas take game one.
What a way to end the first matchup. Piranhas were down for the majority of the game. They get a freebie. They have good pressure to end it all, and K-Flip manages to put his team back on top, finding a way to will his team into this win. Nibble Nightz were playing great all game long, but Piranhas finally made the adjustments that they needed and put themselves back in contention and managed to take this game one win.
Yeah, a really tight one that Nibble Nightz were leading for a lot of it, but they let it go. Piranhas never quit, even though they had a few chances they let get away from themselves. They never lost the mental game, and that's very important, especially at this level where you're gonna miss a lot of chances. You don't have quite the skill of some of the other higher tiers, but you got to keep going, and they kept going and took the win. Nibble Nightz, they could have won this game as well, but unfortunately some slight mistakes came back to bite them, and we should have a really tight series coming.
I just want to touch on something real quick. Looking at the game stats, I mean, looking at Smoky touched the ball 54 times compared to his teammates. I mean, he didn't overly touch it compared to some other games that we've had in the past, but Smoky was all over that ball, just making sure that his team could do whatever he needed to do with the ball and challenging where he needed to. As we get down into game number 2 here, we have to see if Smoky will continue that performance or if K-Flip will just take advantage of everything right now as he gets a pass to the middle, trying to get a 50, but unable to get all the way through, trying to bump Detroeux, but runs out of boost. Detroeux has the entire ball. Nate's able to get the save, but Zach is there to clean it up.
Detroeux takes control and goes for an air dribble, forces the awkward save from Nate. K-Flip has no boost, and a beautiful air carry with all the space in the world given to him from Detroeux leads to Nibble Night's first goal.
Nibble Nightz start the game off strong again, starting out on top. K-Flip trying to get this to the middle, but unable to find anything. Excalibur has the boost, has the ball. Looking for a pass in the middle. There's Detroeux. Detroeux doesn't get the touch that he wanted, so Zach decides to stay back, which is a smart move on his part. Smoky looking for a pinch. Does manage to get it, but he has no follow-up right now. Zach's going to put this in the corner. There's Nate looking for a pass in the middle. Here comes K-Flip to the net. It's weak, so Excalibur will be able to clear this away. Smoky is able to track this down in the midfield and try to slow the play down.
Smoky's going to take it off his own back wall. Can't get quite the pop he wanted, so he defers to leave it for a teammate. K-Flip gets a really good challenge with not a lot of boost. Zach's going to clear it. Smoky's going to look for a touch in. He's not able to get that one on target. Nate cuts back in. He doesn't have boost. Zach doesn't know that though, so he waits it out, but eventually cleared long. Zach's going to play it in. Detroux's not able to get there. Smoky bangs it away to safety. Uh-oh, look out. K-Flip puts in the open net after the miss in the corner, and K-Flip has been around for a while. He's not gonna mess those up. Makes Nibble Nightz pay for an awkward cornering.
I believe that was Detroeux there in the corner. Zach was in the net, and it's just a bad bounce, unfortunately, for Detroux. K-Flip reads it the whole entire way, puts it into the back of the net, ties this game right back up with 3.5 minutes to go. Smoky has possession of the ball. K-Flip was trying to help out, ended up just kind of going over the ball. Nate passes to the middle. Smoky's able to cut across, but it only goes as far as Zach. Everybody on Piranha is low on boost except K-Flip. K-Flip finally challenging Nate, looking for the boost. The net is wide open. There's Detroux to put in the back of the net.
Nate thought he had time for a boost, and maybe it would have, but it was pinched off K-Flip's car as well, into the middle, and Detroux was staring at. You can't get much more of an open net than that. And Nibble Nightz will take back the lead very quickly as soon as they lost it.
Zach immediately going for another shot on target, unable to find it. Steals the corner boost. Nate just has to get a touch. Manages to fake out Excalibur with the shot, and suddenly we have a 2-goal swing as Nibble Nightz seem to find some more offense here.
Yeah, Nibble Nightz finding the offense flowing, gets a shots on target, a fake comes out, but it only faked one man, and it left K-Flip alone in net, not able to get back in time. Nibble Nightz a 2-goal lead now. Let's see if they can hold on. 3 minutes to go. It's definitely going to be... Oh, that's not a good touch from Nate, or maybe it is. He's just trying to back pass it. This is really awkward. Smoky has to be careful. He does well enough, and they avoid disaster almost coming from Piranhas. Smoky is able to clear it away. Excalibur gets it around 2, gets a demo.
What a demo.
He's got 1 to beat. Can he get it in mid? Detroeux's up. He can't get it on target. And a near chance from Nibble Nightz almost leads to a 3-goal lead.
K-Flip somehow manages to get the 50 here. Smoky runs out of boost, only able to get it as far as Zach. Nate was pushing up, grabs the boost, but leaves the ball alone. Zach is going to pop this over to the middle. Detroeux is there, misses. Excalibur has to race back, looking at Smoky to put a shot towards the middle here, unable to get a touch. I think he was trying to fake someone, but ended up doing nothing. A good pinch from Nate here. Goes towards the net, over to K-Flip. K-Flip has no one following him up, though, as Smoky and Nate were all the way back. And once again, we see boost over ball here. Detroeux gonna pass this to the middle. There's Zach with the shot. Smoky just has to get it. Manages to stretch and clears the ball away.
Some interesting boost grab opportunities from both teams I've seen in games 1 and 2. But luckily, oh no, the net is wide open as the defender on back post could not get across in time. K-Flip not able to get anything on that challenge. Smoky was not able to rotate through in time. Nibble Nightz scored the easy one. A great pass leads to an open net, and they'll certainly take a 3-goal lead, which they should be able to see out unless a quick counter, but no, Detroeux stands strong in net, except Nate is there for the tap-in after K-Flip puts it back across.
K-Flip able to get a pass to the middle here and stole the boost. Excalibur was trying to get there, but Nate gets to the ball just in time and is able to pinch it into the net. Piranhas are finding a way to find some offense now, as they're only 2 goals down, but with 1:30 to go, they still have a lot of work to do.
Detroeux is going to take that into the air. He gets a long clear. Zach is going to get a really good catch. Gets bumped off the ball. And Detroeux continues to say, hey, that's my ball. And trying to get Smoky off the ball. Gets a good 50. Can he get another good 50? Unable to do so. That one's going to come out into the middle. Zach does not want to commit as last back. And so they will live to see another day. Smoky thought he could dive in for a little bit. Smoky is not going to be able to read this one. K-Flip has to bail his team out, and he does so. Nate looking to play this. Excalibur misses Smoky's pass. Can K-Flip get up there? Can anyone on Nibble Nightz clear it away? Nate has an open net. How did Zach the Bull recover? And K-Flip is finally going to get the open net goal.
Nate tried to get that by Zach. Zach just comes down and is able to get the clear. K-Flip bailing his team out and putting it into the back of the net. 2 goals for him now on 2 shots. This is suddenly a whole new game as we're getting closer and closer to Piranhas tying this up.
Yeah, we're getting really close to Piranhas tying it up. It was a 3-goal lead, and you can just feel it slipping away, slipping away. Excalibur is getting huge midfield challenges up. Nate is lurking. Nate is lurking. K-Flip can't read it. Came in too hot. Smoky, you can't commit.
That's just in the net.
Back. And Detroeux punishes the overcommit.
Oh, that's not what you want at all. Smoky thought he could beat Detroeux to the ball, but unfortunately, he was just a little too far back. Detroeux just puts it over the top of him. 19 seconds to go, 2 goals down. I mean, there's still a chance that they manage to score quickly, but you could very well say that that is the dagger in this match.
Yeah, that very well could be the dagger coming in. And 10 seconds left. They need a quick kickoff goal they didn't get. And now this one's going to roll harmlessly up the wall. There won't be time. K-Flip's going to try and get one for the road. Passes to Smoky. Double tap! Oh, nearly one for the road. It wouldn't have mattered, but it still would have been a great clip for the potential clip of the week, you know, in this tier, but unable to beat. and Nibble Nightz will hold on and take the series to being a 1-1.
Man, that's gotta hurt because you were so close, and to allow that ball to just go flying over your head at the last opportunity there, just putting the dagger in. I mean, Piranhas were playing really well those last couple minutes, able to reel it back in, but it just was too little too late as Detroeux finds an open net, is able to flick it over the defense and put his team back on top. And looks like we are going to have a sub here. Smoky seems to be dropping out, which I think is a little early, but it is early in the season, so they might be just trying to rotate everybody in. So we do have Mouse coming in. I mean, I don't think Smoky was necessarily playing bad, but we'll just have to wait and see how this new lineup does. And K-Flip is definitely putting the team on his back, at least for the scoring load.
Yeah, and it might not be his fault, but maybe they have a couple of lineups that work really well, and they involved K-Flip and Nate, and they just need a change maybe, and they're bringing Mouse in, who I think is a pretty good player who played well in Prospect last season, albeit this is a little bit of a better prospect this season. He's going to come in relief for Smoky and try and make a huge impact for Piranhas and give them the series lead. But that is going to be a tall task with the way Detroeux, Excalibur, and Zach the Bull are all playing really well together. K-Flip has to be careful as that one's going to go over his head. Excalibur gets dunked by K-Flip, who's taking really good spacing and control. Detroeux almost gets dunked. K-Flip really wanted that one. Uh-oh, good demo in midfield. Detroeux's going to try and redirect it, unable to do so. Mouse will get Swan back, but that's a loose touch. Excalibur misses. Zach is going to put away the tap-in, and a near disaster on the open net miss. I'm sure Excalibur will say, yeah, I was just passing that one.
Yeah, Excalibur definitely probably wants that shot back. Didn't just put it a little bit too close to the post, but it bounces out to a teammate. Still able to get the early lead, and at this point, oh no, is this going to go in the net? No, Mouse is able to track it back down and able to clear it away. But in every single game so far, Nibble Nightz have scored first, and they've scored first, and they've scored early. So Piranhas have got to find a way to prevent them from being able to score so fast. K-Flip trying to get it over the defense, but unable to get it through Detroeux. Detroeux is going to just take this to the wall now. 40 boost in a dream, trying for a pass in the middle. There's, I think that was Zach, Excalibur all the way back, able to track this ball down easily. And now we're back in the Nibble Nightz half.
K-Flip is last back. Detroeux is trying to make some scary stuff happen. K-Flip gets a really weird touch, and it's going to lead to a Zach the Bull shot as K-Flip kind of like reverse flips this off the wall. Definitely did not mean to do that one, and a huge demo from Detroeux means an open shot and an open look, and Zach the Bull is going to bury that 10 times out of 10.
I mean, I know he didn't want to do that, but honestly, that's a great pass from K-Flip. I'm not sure anybody would be quite ready for that touch. Mouse is able to put a shot on target. Zach is able to track it down. Mouse trying to put another one on, but unable to find the angle, and now Excalibur is going to be able to clear this all the way downfield. Oh, what a dunk! Can anybody get to there? There's Mouse. Mouse putting the team on his back, the super sub. Tried to get his team back in this. Only one man to beat now, runs out of boost, unable to get it by Excalibur. The ball will fall harmlessly to the other corner.
Excalibur is getting some huge 50s. He's going to miss this ball, though. Mouse, can he put away the open net? It's going to lead to a K-Flip goal. A huge win in midfield off a double commit, a bad double commit. Excalibur, Zach the Bull and Detroeux both committing. Excalibur not able to get back in time after the panic, and Piranhas are able to capitalize. Now it's only a 1-goal game.
Fresh kickoff ball ends up into K-Flip's lap. He's able to get it over one. Trying to get it by Excalibur. Leaves it for Nate finally, who gets a 50. Ball still in the Nibble Nightz half, but finally Detroux is able to clear it. Mouse just has to get a touch. Unable to get it by Detroux. There's Nate. Pops it up. K-Flip is already up in the air, trying to get another touch. Oh, Excalibur, a great save as Detroux will finally clear this away. Only as far as Nate's able to bang this back into the Nibble Nightz half.
K-Flip's gonna have a shot. Nate's looking for a bump. It's, oh no! He got a save on the ball. Nate got the bump, but he was unable to get out of the way of the ball. He comes out of the net and gets a squishy save bump combination thing. And they are unable to convert on that one. Nate is going to make up for it by clearing it long. This could be awkward. Detroeux is going to clear it into the corner. K-Flip gets a clean look. Plays it off the wall. Mouse is coming in. He puts it under them. And we have a tie game.
K-Flip is really doing everything that he can to keep his team in this, and Mouse, the super sub, coming in, scoring a goal, already has a couple of saves and an assist. Mouse coming in immediately with a cycle as K-Flip and Mouse managed to connect. Nate having a little bit of a rough game, but doing a lot of the intangible stuff, getting touches where he needs to. K-Flip, that is a great 50. Is he able to get it over the defense? No, Zach is there. Mouse pops it up, has plenty of boost. Looks for a pass to Nate. Nate with a shot. It gets cut off by Detroeux. It's going to float to the backboard as Zach is able to clear this away.
It's a really good infield passing look. Mouse tries to hit K-Flip, but K-Flip doesn't have enough boost. He only had like 12 or 24. Not enough to make an impact. Uh-oh, a miscommunication. Excalibur has to make a touch. He does. Detroeux cuts this one. This could be open.
No.
K-Flip gets back in time. Who's going to be up next? Zach is, but he does not have the boost to make a play. He's going to get demoed. Mouse will hit it over Excalibur. There's space here. Hits it over Detroeux. K-Flip coming in. Gets a 50. This one's in midfield. Mouse is going to clear it. Detroeux is going to play it. Everything is happening in midfield. No one able to score. That one is just off the back post, and K-Flip makes the save.
Oh, Detroeux with a pass down to Zach. Mouse is able to clear this out. Has no boost. He's going to try to track this ball down. Just has to get it to the center. Excalibur is able to clear it away. I believe Nate will be the first one to this. No, leaves it for K-Flip. Oh, Mouse spawns right on top of K-Flip, and now the ball is still in the corner. Zach back to the center. Detroeux looking for a touch. Mouse fakes it. Decides better than to try to challenge Detroeux there in the corner. Able to get it cleared now, but is out of boost. Excalibur already up. K-Flip just has to touch this down. Trying to get another 50 as he 50s with Zach. Detroux is already up, misses the ball. Nate has a clear opportunity to pass this up to K-Flip if he can. K-Flip looking for the turn, unable to get it by Excalibur. Excalibur tracks it down and cuts the pass off.
Uh-oh, no boost for Piranhas. They gotta be careful. Detroux punishes off the pass from Excalibur. Excalibur sees the open space, passes it. Detroux hits it over one, under another. And Nibble Nightz have taken the lead with just 4 seconds left.
Crazier things have happened. Can they get a kickoff goal here? No, Mouse did end up trying to stall it, but the ball's going to hit the ground. Nibble Nightz take the middle 2 games here and go up in this series 2-1.
A huge couple of games there. A great play at the end. They were clinical, took their chances. A similar amount of shots between the teams, maybe a little bit more for Nibble Nightz, but definitely more clinical at the very end there. Nate's going to come out, it looks like, unless he's doing a car change. And nope, it looks like Smoky is coming in. So we're getting a different lineup for the last 3 games. And now we'll see how Mouse, Smoky, and K-Flip do. A little bit of a different dynamic there.
Zach and Excalibur have been playing exceptionally. Excalibur especially picking up all 3 assists. Every goal that was scored by Nibble Nightz was assisted on, and that is a thing of beauty. You love to see when teams are passing between each other like that. Same on Piranhas. Mouse and K-Flip both getting an assist, so I love seeing teams pass between each other to start opportunities, because it's interesting, because even if like at the higher rank sometimes, like, yes, you want to pass, but a lot of people are more looking for solo plays. They're not really looking to pass. They kind of want to be, a lot of people have main character syndrome. And I'm not just talking in RSC, just in ranked, there's huge main character syndrome with people. And I'll admit I'm victim to it sometimes, but seeing the teams passing between each other and just playing good Team Rocket League is beautiful to see as we get into game number 4.
Not an ideal touch. Mouse will come over to rescue, and make sure that they stay 0-0 to start off. K-Flip gets a really good interlinking play. Smoky has to be careful. He looks like he's going to get a touch. That one's going to bounce awkwardly. Luckily, it is not able to be found for a clean shot by a Nibble Nightz player. Mouse misses the ball. Excalibur looks for a pass. You can see him really trying to find his teammates, and not that time unable to make contact. Zach looking into the middle. Look at these passing plays. Detroux's up in the air. Excalibur's coming in, blocked out by K-Flip.
Smoky has possession of the ball, trying to win a 50, but Detroux is already there, picks up the ball. Mouse is back, has to clear this long, has no boost. Excalibur pushes it up against the wall. Detroux looking for a pass down to the center, but has no teammate. Smoky to the backboard. Smoky looking for another touch. The pass to the middle. Excalibur is there. It's going to be out to Zach. Zach looks for a touch, but unable to find the back of the net. K-Flip has to get there, unable to find it. Excalibur finds a way and puts it in the back of the net.
K-Flip unable to make the first touch. The second touch, not able to get anything on it that he needed to, and it goes past the goalkeeper, who is more towards the near post than the far post, and it sneaks right to the far post. A great shot there and a great capitalization on a bit of a defensive mistake. A team bump coming out. They've got to be careful. Smoky is able to recover and make the save in time, but too many of those, and this one will be getting out of hand quickly. This could be some good space here, though. K-Flip and Mouse trying to take their boost, trying to starve them, but it looks pretty healthy on that side. Nibble Nightz, though, are having to dive for everything. Smoky's going to try and find a pass in midfield. Excalibur, who's been so good and so important when needed, is able to clear it away.
Detroux looking for a pass to the middle. Mouse misses, but it goes straight to Smoky. Smoky able to clear that ball downfield. K-Flip and Mouse coming together. So unfortunately, nobody there for a pass. Smoky passes back to Mouse. Mouse with the shot. That is a great pass and a great shot, as Mouse will put his team back within contention.
Mouse able to capitalize on a really good pass from Smoky there, and Piranhas have taken the tying goal. 1-1. 2:51 left. Almost half the game to go. Smoky looking to take control, goes for an air dribble, not able to get the final touch past Zach. Excalibur plays it long. The net's just wide open. Where is the defense? Nibble Nightz might be wondering the same thing. They're able to find it, and this one is 2-1.
Man, I'm not sure where the defense was. I think everybody was looking for some boost. This particular Piranhas lineup, they seem to use a lot of boost, and they're not using it particularly well. They always seem to be out of boost at one point or another. And I mean, it's nice that you're fast, but it won't matter if you can't put it into the back of the net. Smoky takes a pot shot, but it's off the post and gets cleared away.
A midfield challenge. Excalibur's able to clear it away. Detroux not able to make proper contact. Smoky pops it up in the air. There's a bump coming in from the back end. K-Flip not able to land it in time, but he is slowly creeping up on the screen, almost like Jaws, and Mouse is able to clear it away. K-Flip, Smoky's gonna get a touch. Excalibur again, just when he's needed, when everyone else is panicking, makes the save, makes the clear, and gives them some time.
Mouse has possession, gonna get demoed here by Excalibur. Detroux's gonna pop this up for a teammate. Zach is up, but unable to find the angle. Ball falls into the corner. Smoky has to get up. Detroux is already there to commit from Piranhas. K-Flip is able to get the clear. Finally able to do something here. I think trying to escape. K-Flip somehow managed to beat the entire defense. What a save from Excalibur.
An incredible save there. Excalibur's gonna get a pop. Mouse is gonna have to make a touch. Does make a touch. K-Flip's needed. He does get there. Detroux's awkward. Do they know that Smoky needs to dunk him? He just plays a fake chow instead. Excalibur clears long. Excalibur, who's been a one-man show this third game, or sorry, this fourth game, almost. K-Flip has missed a potential shot that I don't think he knew was gonna be open, but at the very last second was shown to be open. K-Flip's shot coming in. Mouse coming in.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness, this crossbar is being dented. Smoky's getting great touches. He's not able to beat the last defender.
Excalibur low on boost, but challenges anyway. Does manage to win the 50 against K-Flip. Mouse has the ball and boost, trying to pop it over one. Detroeux manages to keep the ball out of the net. K-Flip looking for the reset, almost gets a flip reset off the ball, but gets immediately challenged by Zach. Oh, good demos. Time winding down here.
5 seconds left on the clock. They're needed now. Detroeux is going to try and kill it in the corner. Popped in the midfield. Is K-Flip up in the air? He is, but a miraculous save. This one's hit to the ground by who else but Excalibur, and Nibble Nightz hang on for the victory.
Man, Nibble Nightz doing some absolutely insane work there. The defense was on point. They managed to keep a surging Piranhas out of the net. Man, oh man, what a showing for Nibble Nightz, coming away with a 3-1 victory. Piranhas fought their hardest. They got that first game, but after that, it was just all Nibble Nightz. Congratulations to them.
Yep, congrats to Nibble Nightz. A really good series from them. Lost the first game, but they kept fighting. They had some really good communication, really good passing plays and link-up plays that you probably wouldn't expect for Prospect, but they are able to make it happen, get a huge victory after going 2-2 the first match tonight. Now they have a winning record for the season, which if they can keep this up, this is a really good series to build upon that.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. With that being said, we only had the one match for tonight, but I think you and I are probably going to agree here on our MVP. I'm going to have to give it to Excalibur. Excalibur, especially in those last two games, was playing absolutely insane.
Yeah, you could. I think it has to be Excalibur. You could really feel his impact as the series went on. He was controlling the midfield, and then he started when they needed him to bunker down and make saves. He was the rock at the back, and he was doing pretty much everything for his team. Though it was a really good team result in general, none of them played badly. Excalibur, definitely his impact felt, and my MVP as well as yours of the series.
All right, with that being said, that is going to do it for us tonight. We will be back on Sunday. I do believe we have a match scheduled away, maybe two. I do not remember exactly, but we will be back on Sunday at 9 o'clock, which is very refreshing because it actually gives people time to watch it, us time to really prepare for the cast. But that is going to do it for us. I've been MD. I've been joined with Taco on the desk as my co-caster. We have KitchenView doing his first stream ever for RSC. We appreciate him. Couple hiccups here and there, just I think on a hardware standpoint. I was kind of watching the stream, but overall he did a great job. Love to have him here. And that'll do it for us tonight. Y'all have a good one.
Take care, everyone.